Tonight, you're going to feel it again. That quiet ache when the apartment is too silent. That itch to check your phone even though nobody texted. You'll call it loneliness. You'll assume it's a modern problem, something wrong with you, something wrong with this hyper-connected, strangely disconnected world. But the real answer is far stranger. Loneliness isn't a glitch in your brain. It's an alarm. And it's one of the oldest alarms your body owns. Your ancestors didn't survive because they were strong. They survived because they were together. A single human, alone on the savannah 200,000 years ago, was not a hero. He was food. No claws, no fangs, no fur thick enough for a cold night. Just soft skin, slow legs, and a brain that needed the group to make up for everything the body lacked. Alone, that brain was a liability. Alone, that body was a countdown. So evolution did something clever. It didn't just make separation from the group unpleasant, it made separation feel like danger. Real, physical, 5-alarm danger. The same danger as hunger. The same danger as thirst. The same danger as a shadow moving in the grass. Think about what hunger actually is. It isn't really about your stomach. It's a signal sent by your body, forcing your attention towards something you need to survive. Loneliness works the same way. It is a signal, not a sentence. According to research from social neuroscientist John Cacioppo, who spent decades studying the effects of isolation, loneliness functions almost identically to physical pain in the brain. It activates overlapping neural circuits. Your brain does not fully distinguish between the ache of rejection and the ache of a burn. Isolation, to your oldest wiring, still reads as an open wound. That's why it hurts. That's why it isn't supposed to feel comfortable. Comfort would have gotten your ancestors killed. Here's where it gets stranger. Loneliness doesn't just make you feel bad. It changes your behavior in ways that once made perfect sense. Cacioppo's research found that isolated people become hyper-alert to social threat. They notice frowns faster. They interpret neutral faces as hostile more often. They sleep lighter, waking more throughout the night. For a moment, picture why. If you were the one member of the tribe sleeping outside the circle, deep sleep was a risk you couldn't afford. A lightly sleeping, slightly paranoid human on the edge of the group had a better chance of hearing the predator first. Loneliness didn't just tell your ancestors they were alone, it rewired them temporarily into a more defensive, more watchful version of themselves. That defensive shift feels miserable now, sitting at your desk, scrolling past everyone else's dinner parties. But it wasn't designed for a desk. It was designed for a landscape where a lone human had one job: get back to the group, fast, before something worse than sadness found you. You inherited that circuitry unchanged. Your brain still runs the same emergency program. It just runs it in a world that no longer matches the threat it evolved to detect. Consider the work of psychiatrist Stephen Porges, who developed what's known as polyvagal theory, a framework describing how your nervous system constantly, unconsciously scans the environment for cues of safety or danger. Porges argues that connection isn't a luxury layered on top of survival. It is survival infrastructure. Your nervous system, in his view, is built to seek what he calls co-regulation, the calming, stabilizing effect of being near another person whose presence tells your body it's safe to stand down. Without that regulation, your body doesn't just feel unsettled, it stays mobilized, heart rate elevated, cortisol simmering, muscles subtly tense, as if a threat might appear any second. Now hold that idea next to a modern day. You wake up, you get ready alone. You commute alone, headphones in, eyes down. You work from a laptop, messaging colleagues you've never actually met in person. You eat lunch, scrolling a feed built to simulate closeness without delivering it. You come home to a quiet apartment. Nothing about that day is dangerous by any modern measure. No predator, no exposure, no starvation. But your ancient alarm system doesn't know that. It only knows one thing. You are separated from your people. And separation, to a system built 200,000 years ago, still means threat. This is the twist most people never see coming. Loneliness feels personal. It feels like evidence that something is wrong with you specifically, that you're unlikable, unworthy, somehow failing at the most basic human task. But the ache isn't a verdict. It's a mechanism. It fires whether you're surrounded by people who don't truly see you or whether you're physically by yourself. It doesn't care about your Instagram follower count. It only tracks one variable, the felt sense of belonging, and when that variable drops, the alarm goes off exactly as designed. There's a further piece to this that reframes almost everything. In 2015, a large meta-analysis led by researcher Julianne Holt-Lunstad examined data from over 300,000 participants and found that chronic loneliness carries a mortality risk comparable to smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. Read that again. Not a mild inconvenience, a risk on par with a habit doctors have spent decades trying to eliminate. That number only makes sense once you understand loneliness for what it actually is. It's not an emotion your brain invented to make you sad for no reason. It's a stress state, engineered by evolution to feel urgent enough that you do whatever it took to get back to the tribe, because for nearly all of human history, the tribe was the only thing standing between you and death. So what happens when that alarm rings for weeks, months, years, and nothing changes? Your body wasn't built for a long, low hum of isolation. It was built for short, sharp separations, resolved quickly, because a human alone for too long in the ancestral world usually didn't get the chance to stay alone for long. Either the tribe found them or nothing did. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden history behind everyday life, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more stories about human evolution, psychology, history, and the science that shaped who you are today. Ring the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Leave a comment below with a question or topic you'd like to see explored next. Until next time, remember, the strangest things your mind does today often began hundreds of thousands of years ago.